Hello guys, I hope you all are doing good. I am Vishaliki Khan and we are discussing the optical communication. Today in this video, we are going to talk about the threshold gain. I have already talked about the optical feedback in the previous video. From there, I hope you remember this structure. So this is the type of optical feedback that we are going to follow. This is the Fabry-Perot resonator that we have. Right, so the two conditions were required for a device to be acting as a laser. First condition was the population inversion that we have already talked about. The second condition was the optical feedback. With the help of optical feedback, we were getting a gain, right, and we were getting the coherent emission as well. So let's understand how, with the help of this Fabry-Perot resonator only, we are going to understand the threshold gain. Right, so let's understand about this. So this is the amplifying medium. These are the two mirrors. This is the first mirror M1, this is the second mirror M2. Right, so M1 will be having the reflectivity R1 and M2 will be having the reflectivity R2. So now what happens? When we are supplying the photon in the amplifying medium, here we will be having the cavity. Inside the cavity, when we supply the photon, another photon is emitted. How? The electron from the higher energy state will move towards the lower energy state and the photon is exciting that electron to move to the lower energy state. Now when the photon is coming here, one more photon is emitted. So now two photons will go and move towards the mirror and they get reflected from the mirror. So here this reflectivity of the mirror too will come into the picture. Now here this photon, these two photons will come again into the amplifying medium, and because of two photons, now two more photons are released. These four photons go to the mirror M1 and here the reflectivity of the mirror M1 comes into the picture. So now in the amplifying medium, when the photon is traveling, it will be experiencing some losses which are represented by alpha. And due to the reflectivity, because the reflectivity of the mirror is not always 100%, so it is less than 100%, it could be 0.8, 0.9. So when the reflectivity is less than 1, then the losses are occurring due to the reflectivities of the mirrors as well. So now gain is supplied by the continuous emission of the photons. Gain would be there inside the amplifying medium. In the previous video we talked about this gain only, but now we are talking about the losses from R1, R2 and alpha amplifying medium as well. So now here you can see, if I combine all of the losses, it is called the fractional loss. So the fractional loss is given by the formula R1 into R2. So we are experiencing loss due to R1, we are experiencing loss due to R2 as well. Now here we have the exponential term. In this whole length, if I term this length as L, the length of the amplifying medium or the cavity, the resonator cavity is L. So now in this L we have some alpha, which is the loss present over here. So this is the loss coefficient. Alpha is the loss coefficient. So because the photon is moving from here up till here and coming back to this point, so now we have total length which is traveled by the photon is 2L. Right, for one cycle the total effective length is 2L, and because the loss coefficient is alpha, in the exponential I will be having minus 2 alpha L. Now here R1 is the reflectivity of the mirror 1, R2 is the reflectivity of the mirror 2, alpha we have already talked about, it is the loss coefficient. Now coming to the fractional gain. The gain is also there because we are generating the continuously photons which are stimulated with the help of the initial photon. So the fractional gain can be represented as exponential 2GL. So in the amplifying medium, if I have the gain G due to the twice of the length propagation, because again the overall length propagated by the photon inside this amplifying medium is 2L. So again in the gain term as well, in the fractional gain as well, we have in the exponential 2GL. Now when I want to have the stable output, initially what will happen, I will be having more gain and the gain is increasing, right? So gain is increasing, losses are compensated. Now gain will be coming to a point when the gain is not increasing beyond this point, and at this point I will be getting the stable output. For the stable output, net gain should be equal to the total losses suffered, and after this point I am not going to increase the gain, and at this point I am going to get the stable output. So my laser will be giving the stable output at this condition. I don't want the lesser gain than this, I don't want the more gain than this. So this is the threshold gain that is required. So now the minimum threshold gain is required for sustained laser oscillations. So the laser oscillation will be sustained inside the medium also. For that I want the stable output, right? So I can say I can multiply both of the fractional gain and the fractional losses, and the output should come equal to 1, and this is the condition when I will be getting the net gain equal to the net loss suffered, right? So exponential 2GL multiplied with R1 R2 exponential minus 2 alpha L will be equal to 1. So now here R1 R2, I can take the exponential common. Here we have 2GL, here we have minus 2 alpha L. I can take 2L common, I will be left out with G minus alpha. Now I can solve this and I will be getting the equation for the GTH, which will be equal to alpha bar plus 1 upon 2L ln 1 upon R1 R2. So I can take exponential this side, I can take R1 R2 this side, I can take log, I will be left out with 2G minus alpha into L. So now here with this formula I can easily calculate the gain with the help of this formula. So I have just simplified exponential 2G minus alpha L is equal to 1 upon R1 R2. Now if I take log both of sides, so here I will be left out with 2G minus alpha into L is equal to log of 1 upon R1 R2. So now here if I take 2L this side, so G minus alpha will be equal to 1 upon 2L log 1 upon R1 R2. So G will be equal to alpha plus 1 upon 2L log 1 upon R1 R2. So this is how we can find out the gain, which is the threshold gain. Beyond this, I don't want to increase the gain, I don't want to decrease the gain as well. So I hope you understood everything that I have discussed in this video. If you have any doubt regarding any of the concept, you can put the doubt in the comment and I will be trying to resolve your doubt as soon as possible. I hope you like this session. If you like it, please push the like button, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends and give me your feedback. Thank you so much.